Yes, boys, we've got a ton of food items here that are supposed to be superfoods, and I'm going to rank them based on how much I think that is a lie. Because most superfoods, like chia seeds, where the chia seeds down there, they are not superfoods. So first of all, we have got not protein, we've got Greek yogurt, but it says protein. If you get natural Greek yogurt, it's just like natural Greek style yogurt. That is amazing. It is just fermented milk. You have got all the nutrition you need that is already in milk. It spikes your IGF-1, meaning you have a ton of growth hormone in your system. Fantastic when you're in puberty. You shouldn't really have dairy after your growing stages like 21 and onwards, but I'm not 21 yet, so I'm going to keep eating and drinking milk and dairy products, and you should too if you're younger than 21. So we will put this. You see, the problem is this isn't just Greek style yogurt. It has got like protein. This is an American brand. I remember when I was in America, they had this, and my camp director was like, "Oh yeah, it's just natural yogurt. It's fine." It wasn't. It had about 300 ingredients. So this one exactly, I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it. Hey up, start hacking the mainframe. I'm gonna put it into C tier because. No, I'm gonna put it in B tier. Because it has got the nutrition you need. However, all of the extra chemicals is not doing you any favors. Right, moving on to this, I think that's a pomegranate. Just, I don't know, put it in D. Doesn't really have anything that we need that we can't get from milk or animal products. Cucumber is one of the least toxic vegetables. Is it a vegetable or is it a fruit? I think it's a vegetable. I don't know. I don't know about vegetables. But I'm going to put that in C tier because it is just water and fiber. We don't need fiber anyway. It's essentially just wood. It is indigestible plant cellulose. It's the same as if you were to eat bark of a tree. It has the same effect. Water's fine. It's like the least toxic vegetable or fruit, whatever you can get, but it's just not giving you anything really. It's basically just empty. There's nothing in it. Carrots, I'm going to put it in C tier as well. It has beta carotene. That's why it's called carrots. And that is what you convert into vitamin A. So when your parents say, "Oh, eat some carrots, it's good for your eyes," it's not. Because you can't convert, the majority of people, over 50% of people, can't convert beta carotene into vitamin A, which is for your eyes, at all. They can't convert it at all. And then some people, they can, but they can't convert much. Whereas if you were to have something like liver, that has got like beef liver, it's got a ridiculous amount of vitamin A, and it is all bioavailable. You can use all of that, it's all yours. So it's one of the least toxic plants, but it's again doesn't really do anything for you. Cauliflower, any sort of leafy greens, is going in F. It has got nothing. There's just nothing in it that you can't get from animal products, and leafy greens are one of the worst type of vegetables because they've got a ton of oxalates. So yeah, like broccoli, that's got goitrogens. I'll talk about that in a minute. Mushrooms, I'm going to put that in F. There's nothing that you need, and also most mushrooms will kill you. So you know, if you eat them in the wild, you will die from them. So you don't really want that. Cauliflower, hang on, what's that? That's lettuce, that's right. I need to go back to school. I'm not good with my vegetables. You can tell I don't eat them. Now, onions, they have a defense mechanism that literally make you cry when you open it. That is their plant toxin. You literally cry. So why the hell should you eat something that makes you cry? 100% dark chocolate. I had some of this yesterday, actually. Probably put it high D tier. Not really anything that you need from it. I just eat it. I probably shouldn't eat it, to be honest. 100% is obviously better than, you know, like 60% or something. The higher, the better. However, so it's literally just cocoa. The only problem is when you eat it at 100%, it is very bitter, and we shouldn't eat anything that doesn't taste good. So if you eat something that's bitter in the wild, then you'd be like, "Oh, I just don't want to eat that," right? So there's just no reason to eat this. They have antioxidants, but they act as pro-oxidants in the human body, so pretty pointless. Now, moving on to also it's very expensive. Moving on to kefir, I'm going to put this. Oh, where am I going to put this? Okay, we've got some good things on this list, so I'm going to put it at A tier, high, very high A tier, and that's because it is fermented milk. What's yogurt then? Yogurt's not fermented milk. That's my bad. Kefir is fermented milk, and it's fantastic. Normally they have strains of live cultures in there, so it's good for your your gut and everything. You only need to take like a probiotic like this once. You never need to take it again. However, just the nutrition in there alone is the same as yogurt. It's the same as milk, so you might as well just eat it anyway. This is way better than anything else down here. Right, apple cider vinegar. Don't need it, put it in D. I've heard about this, like it stops it prevents insulin spikes or something if you drink that straight after eating something. But I don't want to eat apple cider vinegar every single day, so I'm going to put it in D tier. Oh my god, here we go, broccoli. Where is that going to go? Is it going to go S tier, is it going to go A tier, or is it going to go all the way down in F tier? It is man-made, it literally does not exist in the wild. It is a wild form of cabbage that man has crossbred to become broccoli. It has got goitrogens in there, which prevent the uptake of iodine to the thyroid, meaning you can't produce your hormones correctly, making you stupider. It lowers the IQ of children. Kids who are fed broccoli have lower IQ on general. So there's literally no point in eating this. It just doesn't look appetizing, right? None of these things look appetizing here. The only thing that looks appetizing is this like AI image. That's the only thing that looks appetizing. Right, potatoes, they're not as bad. I'm going to put them in D tier. I'm going to put them high D tier. They will still spike your insulin, even though they are like a stable version or like a complex carb. But even so, you don't need starchy carbs. I find I get very bloated when I eat starchy carbs. It's not the worst form. It doesn't spike your insulin as much or like your blood glucose and then your insulin as a result, as much as things like fruit, for example. But it could be worse. Could be worse. It could be better though. Olive oil. I'm guessing that's olive oil. I can't really see that, to be honest. Olive oil. We are going to put that next to potatoes, I guess. There's nothing in it that you really need. Just cooking animal fat. It has a ton of linoleic acid. So especially when you cook olive oil, if you're just to put olive oil like, just straight from the bottle on like your food, then it's not as bad. Still got a lot of linoleic acid, but when you heat it up, it acts the same as a seed oil. And seed oils are killing us, so you don't want seed oils. You don't want olive oil. You want to cook everything from now on if you are to cook. If you're going to cook eggs or something, I only cook eggs and meat, and that's about all I can do, and that's all I need to do. I cook in butter wherever. Yeah, there's butter. We'll get to that in a minute. And a lot of olive oils are like scams, like they're just sort of mixed in with other things like seed oils and whatnot, just to make it cheaper. But if you get like the cold pressed, like extra virgin olive oil or whatever, you still don't need it. It's still got a ton of linoleic acid in, and when you get a ton of linoleic acid, we're supposed to have I think it's about 2 to 3% linoleic acid in our body. The max amount of linoleic acid in meat is in pork, and I believe it's about 5%. Whereas olive oil, and especially seed oils, they can get up to 20%. So you really don't want that in your system. Now, we have got fish. I don't know if this is a specific type of fish, just fish in general. That is going in S tier, baby. We've got our first S tier. Fish, we would eat a fish if we were in the wild, right? We just fish and we just eat the fish, right? It's got a ton of omega-3s. It's got CLA omega-3s. It's got the correct omega-3s, because you get omega-3s from, you get them from olive oil, or you get them from some other plant or nuts or something, I can't remember. But you have ALA in those omega-3s, which is the incorrect version. It's like beta carotene. So we need the correct version, which is CLA, and we get that from fish. Moving on to apple. Apple a day keeps a doctor away. It certainly does not. We are going to put that high D tier. I mean, there's nothing in it that you need. It's just water and fiber and a bit of vitamin C. But if you have no carbs in the diet, then you don't need as much vitamin C anyway, and you have the perfect amount in meat. This is most like when I was in America, they were so waxy and they were so like artificial looking. You could literally scrape the wax off of these fruits, of apples. Literally every single fruit, even if it's organic, still has pesticides on. Pesticides are obviously not meant for human consumption. They're supposed to kill like other little insects and animals, whatever, that eat the fruit and plants. So we're not supposed to eat pesticides at all, because they're not good for us. And even on organic produce, they use organic pesticides, but they still use pesticides. So you don't need any fruit. You don't need any fruit. You can eat a little bit in the summer, because that's when we would have access to it naturally. But in the winter, you shouldn't really be consuming fruit. Same as strawberries. You're just going to put that in D tier. Again, there's nothing in it. Melon. I'll put this in C tier. This is not a terrible fruit to have. It's more of a watery fruit, which is good. So it's similar to cucumber. It does spike your insulin, blah, 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 but it's not terrible. Chicken, I'm going to put this in B tier, because even though a ton of people just eat chicken and they're like, oh my God, it's amazing. Most people eat, first of all, the chicken breast, which isn't as fatty, so you don't get the nutrients, or the nutrients is carried in the fat. Fat does not make you fat, and overconsumption of food makes you fat. You need the fat in animals to carry the nutrients. That's where all the nutrition is. So eat the fattiest cuts of the meat. For example, on here, I would always get the chicken thighs or the chicken legs rather than the chicken breast. So you'll get a ton more nutrients, and it tastes better for a reason. But these have a ton of linoleic acid, not as much as pork, but they have a lot of linoleic acid in the feed that they are given. So when they are given, like, you know, corn and grains and that kind of thing to eat instead of their natural bugs and worm diet, then they store a lot of like chemicals in their skin and everything, and then we eat that, which is not as good. So if you were to get something like beef, wherever beef is on here, then there it is, steak, you are not as likely to get as much linoleic acid. Now chickens, I mean, we wouldn't normally eat them in the wild anyway. There's not that many chickens about. There's more like cows and megafauna. We'd normally eat red meat, but white meat is not terrible. Obviously, it's still got nutrition. If you're gonna get any chicken, try and get like pasture-raised chicken. That's normally what you get with eggs and everything. But yeah, just try and get the highest quality chicken possible, and always go for the fattier cuts of meat. Oh. Which oil is that? I don't know what that is then. That's something. But this is oil. I'm just going to put it in the same place. Seed oil, whatever. If it's seed oil, it's going in F tier. Now, nuts, they're going in D tier as well. Because that is just essentially bird feed. We don't need nuts. There's nothing in them that we need. I think it has got the ALA instead of the CLA. It's got the omega-3s. It's got a high concentration of unsaturated fats, and poly and monounsaturated fats, which are the bad fats that you don't need. We need saturated fat. You've been told wrong. Saturated fat is where you get all of your cholesterol, and when you have cholesterol, you can create hormones effectively. Without cholesterol, you can't create hormones like testosterone, so people who have low cholesterol normally have incorrect hormone production, which is not what we want. Also, it's got very low bioavailable sources of protein in here. So if it's got like 10 grams of protein, you can only use about 3 grams of protein out of those 10 grams. So it's just not fantastic. Also, like for example, almonds, because they are a seed, they're the most defended part of the plant. They have the most plant toxins. Almonds, when you crush up the shell, you know, when you chew on the shell and like the little like brown coating like crunches, that releases cyanide. And a pound of almonds in one go will kill you. It is a lethal dose. Right, don't even need to talk about that. That's F. In fact, I'm going to move this down to the bottom of D tier. Right, now we've got a garlic, same thing as like an onion. There's just nothing special in it. Don't even need to talk about that. Figs, I'm going to put that same like strawberries. It's like whatever. Ginger, you know what? I'm going to put it at C tier because it has got like special properties, you know, for when you're ill and stuff. You can just like use this. My mom's done it a few times. I don't know what she's done. You know, like you put it on like the inside of your neck and it like heals your sore throat. So I don't know. There's just some weird properties that it can use. But actually eating it, there's nothing that's really special about it. Whoa, milk, that's going straight to S tier. Again, it's the same as kefir. It's the same as yogurt. It is just, you know, straight out of a cow. If you can get raw milk, then like when you pasteurize milk, which is what is the one from the stores that you buy, you know, like Asda or whatever. They always are pasteurized, and that means it's heated up to kill all the bad bacteria that it doesn't have. And when it's pasteurized, it kills all of the nutrition. When you cook anything, it cooks out a lot of the nutrients. So all the enzymes, or like the vitamins and everything, have been denatured or severely repressed compared to their original state. So if you get raw milk, I drank that for months and months and months. Very expensive though. So I switched to A2 milk, which is just like from Jersey cows, and it's like dead cheap. But if you were to get raw milk from a good supplier, from just like I got it from a farm, then it has got all of the nutrition, like just perfectly intact. It's amazing. And anecdotally, I never got ill after months and months and months of drinking it, like a litre every single day. I never got ill. Nothing ever happened. So take that as you will. Grapefruit, blah-de-blah, don't care. Butter. Right, this is going high A tier, just below S tier, because it is what we should be eating instead of like, you know, it's what we should be cooking in instead of all these oils and stuff. We would never have oils. Like, do you know how many seeds it takes to create like a tablespoon of olive oil? It takes so much. It's like thousands and thousands of seeds just for a little tablespoon. We would never have access to that in the wild. But animal fat, which is what butter is, we would have access to that. So we should be cooking in animal fat. Peach, I think that is. not terrible, just a fruit again. Watermelon, I'm going to put this up here. I'm actually going to put it, you know what, I'm going to put it higher. Yeah, it's just under cucumber. It's the same as, this is cantaloupe melon, and this is watermelon. Watermelon is better than cantaloupe. Oh baby, we are going all the way to the very tippity top. Steak. There is literally every single nutrient you could possibly need. Vitamin A, D, E, K2, B12, B3, B1, B6, taurine, carnitine, creatine, carnosine. Every single nutrient you could possibly need is in this bad boy right here. Tastes amazing. It looks amazing. It's what we would be eating for hundreds of thousands of years in the past when we were, well, just as Homo sapiens, and then millions of years as sapiens in general, as like the species, as the genome, whatever. That is what we would have eaten. You know for a fact that we just kill a woolly mammoth or like a deer or a boar and stuff, and that's what we would eat. We would be eating carrots and broccoli and stuff, right? It just doesn't make sense. When was there ever a cave painting of like a sprout? I'm sure I saw a sprout on it. When was there a cave painting of like a bowl of vegetables? It just wasn't. It was just always animals, because that's what we hunted. That was the prize. That is what we ate. So steak is everything you need. You can live off of steak. Eggs, that is going very high S tier. It's going above milk. It is the same, it's just a complete animal. It's got certain like amazing properties in there, like it's got a ton of cholesterol, it's got a ton of animal fats, it's got a ton of leucine and zeaxanthin, which is actually good for the retina in your eyes to help like protect your eyes against the UV rays of the sun. So if you eat more eggs, then you'll be able to go out in the sun a lot more, and the sun is obviously good for you. Don't put on sunscreen. That is amazing, but obviously don't just go out for 8 hours a day and get sunburnt. Don't get sunburnt, just gradually build it up. Just got to preface that. Mango, this is very, very high in, like it spikes your insulin, it's high on the glycemic index, so I'm going to put this in D. It's not fantastic. We wouldn't, in fact, I'm going to put it low D. Low D. We wouldn't have this naturally, like I'm in the UK, we wouldn't have access to this. You might, depending on where you live, you probably wouldn't have it either. Kiwis, they have got a ton of oxalates, but I'm going to put it at D. It's got a good source of vitamin, it's got a ton of vitamin C, but it's like, whatever, you don't need as much as you think you do. And it just has a ton of oxalates. I'm going to put it lower, actually. It depends on like what form of, if this has got a ton of wax on, then this is going all the way back down there. But these have a ton of oxalates, which bind to a lot of things in your body. Like, for example, it can make you blind if you have enough of them. It can put you in hospital for kidney stones. That's what happened to Liam Hemsworth, who is Chris Hemsworth's brother. He got put in hospital because he had the kidney stones from eating too many oxalates from green smoothies that his vegetarian like diet coach put him on. So bread, this is like the fakest looking bread ever. I'm going to put it in F tier. There's nothing in it. It is just grains. It is peasant food, and it's got a ton of artificial like preservatives and additives and stuff. Like the one in America, you can literally squeeze some of the bread and it will reform back to its original shape. It's ridiculous. Looks like dirt. I don't know what that is. Is it cocoa powder? I think. I'm gonna put it next to the chocolate. I don't know. Orange, not terrible. I'm gonna put it low C. It's got a good form of vitamin C. And again, you won't be able to absorb all of it because obviously there's anti-nutrients in all plants, so you won't be able to absorb all of it. But it's not terrible, and it's quite good for like going to the gym or something. You want that glucose release. You can eat an orange. It's not the worst. Pineapple, not bad. Plums? Is that plums? I think that's plums. Same, bloody blah. Coconut. Coconut is not bad. We would eat coconuts naturally. And they have a lot of saturated fat. It's the incorrect version because it's a plant version of saturated fat, but it's not terrible. I'm gonna put it here. Oh, it moved all the way up there. Not bad. You can drink the coconut water from it. It's very hydrating in the summer. So you know what? I'm gonna put it at the top of C. Nice. That is the highest plant we've got so far. Cheese, fantastic. It's the same as any other form of dairy product. It looks like lentils or legumes. Yeah, I think we've got chickpeas there. Very high in estrogens, so they will leak estrogens into your body. The same as these. These have a ton of lectins, or is that rice? I can't tell. Whatever. These two combined have a ton of lectins and a ton of estrogens that you don't want into your system. It's like all like the soy boy type of thing that they eat. Now we've got dates. I eat dates every single day. These are actually very good. They're going just under coconut because even though they have a ton of sugar, they do have a lot of sugar. It's like 30 grams in like two of them. It's like 30. It's insane. But they are low on the glycemic index, meaning they won't spike your blood sugar as much. So they are a lot better to handle with. Then we've got Oh my god, my knowledge of vegetables is terrible. Just some sort of leafy green. Again, just put it down here. It'll have a ton of oxalates. Olives. It's just nothing in them that's amazing. Avocado, one of the least toxic fruits you can get. Fantastic. It does have a lot of linoleic acid though, and again, you don't need it, but it is there. It's not the worst. Blueberries, they have antioxidants that act as pro-oxidants in the body. We'll just put them there. Blackberries, now I'm going to put these up here next to, let's say next to carrots, because blackberries and raspberries, we would have access to like berries and stuff in the wild, so not bad. Obviously these have been crossbred to be much sweeter and bigger and juicier and everything, and they wouldn't used to be like that. If you've ever seen, like, look up any single fruit or vegetable, what it originally looked like, especially things like bananas. They were about 90% seeds, so you couldn't eat them, and it was like tiny in comparison. It weren't sweet at all. Most of them were slightly bitter. So then we've got lemons. It's sour. Nothing should taste sour. Yeah, nothing in them. And then chickpeas, lentils, legumes, whatever, same thing. It's all the same, don't need it, a ton of lectins, bit of phytic acid in there I think as well. Oh, you get that in nuts actually, phytic acid, a lot of that in nuts. Peas on a pod, same thing. I'm just chucking it all in D tier, I don't care anymore, it's all the same thing. Okay, that can go in F tier, we know that. Oats, oh, is this one? Why are there like duplicates? I don't know. I didn't make this. Shout out to whoever made this, by the way. I don't know, but thank you for making it. I don't know what these are. I can't actually see from here. But they're grains anyway, so they're going in F. I used to eat porridge every single day, but it is just sugar. It is converted directly into sugar. That is all it acts as in your body. It's just sugar. So if you have 100 grams of oats and it has like 50 grams of carbs, you just add 50 grams of sugar, my friend, for breakfast, and you don't want that. So there's nothing in it. It is just peasant food. Literally, look at this and tell me that isn't for peasants. Like back in like ancient Egypt or something, all the kings would have the fruit and they would have the meat and the eggs and like the cheese and the milk and everything. And the peasants, what were they fed? They were fed grains. And ever since we started eating more grains, our brains have shrank by 11%, which is not good. So we don't need grains in our life. There's nothing in it. Chia seeds, you can get stuffed. We're going straight to F tier. There's nothing in chia seeds that you need. They act as a superfood. No, they don't. They have loads of antioxidants, and polyphenols. You don't need them. They are not essential. They act as pro-oxidants. And chia seeds are mega expensive. And they are bird feed. Like, you would literally give it to a bird. That is not what we are meant to eat. I was in Sainsbury's once. Like, I used to work there. And they had like a box of bird feed. And it was just seeds. And I thought, let me just go and check the like home baking aisle. I went over and checked where all like the nuts and the seeds were, and it was like the exact same. It was like that's down there. You can buy that for birds. It's the same thing. It's not for humans. Honey is just fructose and glucose. It's got some like cool properties, I guess. It's all right. I used to eat it a lot, but it's just kind of pointless. You can put it top of D tier, I guess. It's not bad. If you get raw honey, I got raw honey, and it's like it's all right, but it's just. Again, it's just sugar. It's the same as any fruit, so you don't really need it. And I found that the more fruit I eat, the more crashes I had, and it's obvious just because you're spiking your glucose and everything. But I barely eat any fruit anymore. Like, what do I eat? I do eat potatoes every now and then that's kind of it. Like, it's mainly most of my carbs do just come from milk and cheese and stuff and yogurt. So I don't really get that much fruit anymore. Do I actually eat fruit? I don't actually know if I eat fruit anymore. It's rare that I eat fruit. And when I was eating it every single day, I would constantly need it. I'd like run downstairs and think, oh my God, I need some more fruit, I need some more fruit, I need some more fruit. And I'd be constantly relying on eating fruit, which is, not good. It's not exactly what you want in your life. And I'd be buying loads of fruit all the time. It just wasn't nice. And I just felt really tired, and then really awake, and then really tired, and then really awake. And it's because you're obviously spiking blood glucose all the time, spiking your insulin, which will block your hunger signaling. When you spike insulin, it blocks a hormone called leptin. Leptin tells you that you feel full, and when it's blocked by insulin, you literally have no idea if you are full or not. So that's why you can keep on eating, keep on eating, keep on eating. So I just would recommend slowly decreasing the amount of carbs over time, especially from high glycemic fruit like this. Oh yeah, of course I eat fruit. What am I on about? I eat dates and a banana every single day, but I don't get the crashes in the same way because they're more complex. And I know it still spikes your insulin, but the protein will prevent that from spiking as much. Like in the meat that I eat it with meat, and these are low on the glycemic index, so not bad. And this is just a bush. We're not going to eat some grass outside. That's for cows, so that can get stuffed, put in F tier. That is the best tier list I have ever seen in my life. We are meant to prioritize animal foods over everything because that's what we've been eating for millions of years. If you've got any questions, then just drop them in the comments below and I will answer them, or you can go to my school community, which is the first link in the description. It's called the Elites, and I will talk to you in there. I've got a ton of courses, a ton of guides going into literally everything you could possibly need, and I've been making an app called Elite Labs, which is like an all-in-one fitness app where you can track loads of different things in one space, and you get, if you go to my school community, you get access to that as well, so like a little added bonus. So I will see you over there. Good night.